The Senior Bowl kicks off in Mobile, Alabama. Another chance for NFL front offices to take a look at the 2020 draft class. I am John Schmeelk, joined by Jeff Feagles. And Jeff, this is the first time NFL front office can meet with these kids face-to-face, but they also can see them on the practice field.
Yeah, it's a good opportunity for these guys to go out there and show what you can do. And again, like you said, the staff for these coaches staff can get in there and talk to these players more than 15 minutes. You only get 15 minutes at the combine, so it's a great opportunity for both the coaches and the players to kind of get to know each other.
And then at practice, you get to see some very valuable reps up close for small school guys. You see them go one-on-one against big school guys. You see guys being asked to do things that they'll have to do in the pros that maybe they weren't asked to do in college. It's just a great way to get some extra insight on these players in addition to the game tape.
And no question. And, you hear about all these players sometimes, not all of them, but some guys that just kind of come out of nowhere because, they're not playing at any big schools. And you say, oh, can they go and compete against a guy from Alabama? Well, you know what? It happens at the Senior Bowl. And some of these guys, their draft stock can go up quickly because of a good performance, not only in practices, because, listen, all week they have more practice time than they do in the game, so it's important.
Yeah, the practice is really more valuable than the reps in the game because there's so many players. Guys only playing a quarter and a half, but the reps during the week and those one-on-ones is really what's valuable. And, Jeff, there are some really good players in this game. Last year, you had multiple first-round picks.
Yep.
No reason to think that's not going to be the case again this season.
Yeah, I think that last year you looked at the quarterbacks that were there. I mean, one, Daniel Jones, you got to see him up in person last year. And so, but, as far as receivers, you talk about defensive linemen, which are some of the needs, if you will, for the Giants. And also, you talk about offensive tackles and linemen. There's a lot of them this year.
No question about it. Last year, you mentioned Andre Dillard, Montez Sweat, guys that went in the first round that really played well at the Senior Bowl. And let's kind of narrow in on some of those positions,
Sure.
Jeff. We mentioned those one-on-one drills. You're going to see some of these edge rushers, like a Terrell Lewis, like a Khalid Kareem, inside, Javon Kinlaw, going up against some good offensive linemen. You have Josh Jones from Houston, Matt Parrott from up in UConn. Then you have Prince Tega Wanoho down in Auburn. These are some players that can help the Giants as they try to get younger at offensive tackle and improve their pass rush.
Well, again, we talk about it's all about competition. And some of these guys, you mentioned UConn, they're in the American Conference. They don't get a lot of big-time games. So you got a guy that there can go and compete against a defensive lineman from Auburn or Alabama. That'll show you if he can compete at the next level.
And then outside, Jeff, this is a very, very deep wide receiver class. Same thing at this event. Guys of different sizes and shapes. You have some bigger guys like a Michael Pittman, Devin Duvernay from Texas, a quicker guy in the slot. Brandon Ayuk is a potential late first-round pick. And cornerbacks will have a chance to test themselves against these guys. A guy like Christian Fulton, who we saw in the national championship game for LSU.
Yeah, you took the words out of my mouth. Not only are you going to be able to compete on the offensive side, being a wide receiver, but if you want to be one of these cornerbacks that maybe you're not slotted maybe in the first 3 rounds, this is a chance for you to go up against a good class in the receiver class for 2020 and show some of those scouts and organizations that, hey, I might be able to move up and get into that 2nd or 3rd round when you got me at a 4th or 5th.
Jeff, finally, give me the player's perspective. What is it going to be like for these young guys who are really playing for their professional careers here? And a lot of money's on the line. Let's be honest, depending on what round you get picked. What is this week going to be like for those guys?
I think they'll be nervous at first, but just like anything, it's football. This is what these guys have been doing for a long time, and they just got to let that nervousness get out of their system for the first day and then go out there and play. I think you're going to see some guys that the nervousness will not go away from them, and it just goes to show you, why they play at where they are in college now. But you're also going to see some of these stars, the guys that we've talked about. Someone's going to come out of the Senior Bowl as an MVP, and we're going to be talking about 1 or 2 guys that we don't really know about, and that's what the Senior Bowl is all about.
And the Giants have a history of drafting Senior Bowl MVPs.
They sure do.
Like Daniel Jones. O'Shane Zimmern as a Senior Bowl player. Will Hernandez is a Senior Bowl player. So Giant fans, keep an eye on our coverage on Giants.com throughout the week as we detail everything that's happening in Mobile, Alabama. Thanks for being with us. We'll see you next time.
Hey Giants fans, Saquon Barkley here. You want to see more videos? Subscribe below.